I'm sitting here in front of my toddler's toy bin thing here, and I'm having like an absolute meltdown today when it comes to baby toys. Come on, Bowser. And I'm just so frustrated with how hard it is to get my 3-year-old off technology and to play with toys. I'm trying to find a good angle that will allow you to see me and the toys and have some light. I know part of the problem with technology and stuff, a large part of it is me. I'm the one who has to get off the computer. I need to turn off the computer. I need to put away any electronic games, anything like that. That's on me. But the other part of it is I need toys that he is interested in playing with and he will play with. I just watched 3 videos talking about toys for toddlers about 1 to 3 years old. Open-ended toys, the best money spent on toys from other people on YouTube. The first one I watched was a pediatrician and mom who talked about it. So I did buy a couple of things. Now I'm trying to pare down, and as you can see, like, this is the majority of our toys. It's not a lot in our house considering we have 4 children, but I have found that toys just aren't working. Now I'm having a little bit of a meltdown because I am just so frustrated with the fact that I am trying my best to buy toys that foster creativity, that are open-ended, that will get a lot of use. I hear of people buying toys and their kids just play for hours on end with these toys, and my kids don't. And it's devastating and it's frustrating. And I'm trying to spend money on things like Montessori toys, for instance. And those can be very expensive. And I wanted to do a video about Montessori and how it was... You're done your painting?
Yeah.
I am pretty sure Montessori was started from this woman who was working with orphans and didn't have a ton of money. And now in order to buy these toys that are so great for your children and are made out of natural materials like wood and not plastic is crazy expensive. And I don't have the time to sit and like make a bunch of toys either myself. I do enjoy doing some DIY and crafts and everything like that. But I also just want to go online and buy some toys or go to Walmart or Toys R Us or whatever and just buy some stuff and have it all there ready to go. One of the big frustrations that I'm dealing with is dogs. Do you know who likes wooden toys? Dogs. Do you know who likes to chew on wood? Dogs. So I'll buy toys for the kids, speaking of dogs, Butter. So I'll spend all this money on toys and they don't get picked up right away and then the dogs chew them. So another part of the frustration is the fact that toys, Butter, is the fact that toys need to be picked up immediately. And I feel like I need to be with him and supervising him, or the dogs have to be locked up or put outside. And putting them outside isn't great because then they bark when they play and the neighbor hates that. And sometimes they're barking at people walking by and whatever, I get it, it's annoying. But sometimes they're just barking when they're playing and yes, I get that it's annoying and I will be like, okay, shut up now, that's enough. But to me, it's also just like having kids outside yelling and screaming. They're just playing and they're noisy when they play. So I hate the idea of having to lock up the dogs every single time I want him to play or having to supervise so very closely. And sometimes you're just busy. Jasper. And I know it's best to be able to clean up the toys immediately. That would be the best case scenario. But let's be realistic, it doesn't always happen. I just feel like I'm wasting so much time, money, and energy getting toys. And I'm at my wit's end. I'm frustrated and I'm so done with it. Jasper. And then he does this and just throws them everywhere. And that also makes it difficult to clean up. Because, like, one of them just ended up under the table. And my brain, like, if I don't clean that up right now, I'm going to forget about its existence until I go to do, like, a big sweep of the house that includes moving all the furniture. So I'm just very, very frustrated right now. And I've also bought all the toys people talk about, like Play-Doh. Well, Play-Doh just all gets smushed into one giant brown, mushy, gross color. This one's actually not even open yet. And then... again, I feel like this is a toy that needs to be constantly supervised or it's put into...
That's my slime!
This is Play-Doh and you play with it at the table.
Okay,
At the table.
Okay.
It has to be constantly supervised or it's going to get smushed into... We don't have rugs, thankfully, but it's gonna get smushed into the floor. He likes to pour, like, if he asks for a glass of anything to drink, any kind of liquid whatsoever, it's gonna get dumped into whatever he's playing with. We have tons of kinetic sand that's now been all put in the garbage because any little kinetic sand that ends up on the floor is just instantaneously covered in dog and cat fur, dust, and crumbs, whatever else might be on your floor, and it's basically useless after that. He will also dump any liquid that he has with his sand or his Play-Doh or whatever he's playing with. He will dump liquid on it. If I give him cereal and he's sitting there eating a bowl of cereal, next thing I know he's taken the milk and just dumped it everywhere. It feels like kids need, even at this age, 100% constant supervision, and that's very difficult when you're like, my house is falling apart. It is so dirty. The dishes are stacked a mile high. The laundry is like 6 buckets worth behind. The floor is covered in dirt and sand, and there's just so much crap and cleaning piling up. But if I don't have my eyes on my child all the time, he's going to be creating an even bigger mess. And then there's just like the, I want time to myself. There's the, I want to be able to edit my videos because I enjoy doing that, but it just ends up becoming a stress because my toddler is literally sitting on my lap constantly. I have hobbies of my own that I want to do. I understand as a mother, I can't spend 40 hours a week doing hobbies, but I'm just at a point where I'm like, I don't have time to do anything and supervise a toddler all the time. His sleep schedule is so messed up. If I'm awake, he's awake. So I don't get alone time unless somebody else is watching him, unless I ask my other children to babysit him. My husband gets home at 7. We want to be in bed by like 10, 11 o'clock at the latest. My husband's up early for work. He works 12-hour days, 10-hour days, something. I don't know. And we just want time to ourselves. But our other son is ADHD and we are working through medication and routine and everything like that. But he's not falling asleep before 11 himself. He's all wired and going absolutely crazy. And I'm just overwhelmed. And I'm stressed out and I don't know what to do. I don't know what toys to buy my toddler that will keep him busy and entertained and off of technology. I like to use some technology for myself as well, but as soon as I pull that out, it's like, nope, my toddler's there in my lap. My husband's love language is touch, and I can't stand it. I am so overstimulated and touched out so much. I am just done. And then by the time my husband gets home, I am losing my mind. I'm like, if one more person touches me, I'm going to freak out. And he's constantly sitting in my lap, my toddler. He's rubbing my arm. He's giving me kisses. It's all very sweet. It's all very lovely. But I'm just freaking out. I'm so overstimulated. And I don't know what to do. I'm at a complete and utter loss as to how to manage my time and keep my toddler busy and growing his brain and helping him develop and become smart and creative, imaginative, inventive, all these things that we all want for our kids. And I just feel like I can't do it. And then he just ends up sitting on Roblox or playing Roblox on my phone or watching YouTube, and it just absolutely is devastating. I want to do a tech fast for like an entire month where no one gets anything. We would have phones for emergencies and stuff, of course, but just getting rid of all of it for like an entire month. But I am afraid that I would have a mental breakdown being at home with the kids all the time and not being able to use technology because it's the only break I have. We also bought this off of Amazon and all the kids were playing with it, including my 13-year-old. But it talked about it being strong and not being able to break and stuff. But he broke it like that day, my 3-year-old. It's kind of hard to see, but the plastic is broken there. So that's completely useless now. I don't know why we still have it. The magnet's barely working. The little cars keep falling out. Yeah, it's a waste. It's garbage now. This, we only spent like 12 bucks on it. It's not that it was expensive, but it's still like $12 that I'm literally throwing in the garbage after they played with it for one day. So I don't know if it is obvious or not, but that day that I sat down to record about the toys, I was having a very hard day and I was very overwhelmed and stressed out about the toys, and that is why it is so important to go through your kids' toys and see what is working and what is not working for you. You can probably hear my son in the background throwing Lego everywhere, so that's great, but at least he's off technology, I guess. So in this clip, you can see that I am crafting a thing for my son to play with. I was looking up videos about the best toys for toddlers, Montessori type toys that will get the most use out of them. And one of those toys was the little tiny animals. So I bought a thing of animals off of Amazon that are mostly safari animals and some random North American animals. But I wanted to show here that I made a water part and a grassy part for those animals. And of course my son instantly said, "That is stupid," and didn't want to play with it, but he's enjoying the animals themselves a little bit more now that he's been able to just play with them on his own and without what I spent all that time crafting. You can also see that we decided to buy an indoor jungle gym thing for him to play on, which he plays on occasionally. It's supposed to be good for ages 1 to 3, and that is one of the reasons why we got it. Because we are expecting a baby in October, so it'll be a little while before we have a 1-year-old who can play on it, but we wanted something that he could play with, especially during the winter when we do not want to go out of the house very much. It is something he can play on. He does play on it occasionally. I will go downstairs to do some stuff, but he mostly just wants to play with all the things he's not allowed to play with, which is very frustrating. Another one of the toys that is supposed to be universally loved are these magnet toys, which we have bought in like 3 different sets of. One of them builds a castle, one of them has the road to it, and then just the generic magnet tiles. My son does love those. And one of the benefits of the magnet tiles is that they are easy to clean up, and I've heard other moms talking about how they like them as toys in the car. So I think that's a really great idea as well. Obviously, another classic toy that is kind of universally loved are the wooden blocks. And I did talk about this a little bit about how frustrated I am with having wooden stuff, even plastic stuff in the house, because the dogs just chew it. But I decided to go onto Amazon that day and get the animals and get these little wooden blocks to play with. And you can see in this little plastic tube thing that I bought, there are some chewed up from the dogs, and when my son gets mad and he says they're stupid and he's done playing with them, he will throw them outside, and that is why they are covered in dirt. And that is one of the reasons why I do like plastic toys, even though more natural materials is better overall. Plastic is just easier to clean and disinfect, especially when you have toddlers. So there are a few toys that we do have in the house that we like, but my 3-year-old is also at that very frustrating toddler stage where if he's mad or whatever, he just wants to throw things around, and we definitely have to be on top of making him clean up after himself, and once he's done playing with one toy, he has to clean that up before he pulls out another toy. We need to clean up our mess before we keep playing on the computer. Can you grab me that white bin under there, that clear bin?
A balloon down here.
Oh, there is a balloon. But can you grab the bin? And obviously that can get frustrating when you're busy trying to do other things around the house, but it is what it is, and it's how we teach our kids to respect their stuff and take care of their stuff so it will last longer. But these are some of the toys that I have decided are good around the house, and the main thing is to get him off technology is just not to let him on technology. And even when he's fighting and screaming and yelling about how much he wants to play a video game or watch TV or something, I just have to put my foot down and say, no, that is not what we are doing right now. And he will eventually go off and find something else to play with. So if you have any favorite toys that you love, that your kids absolutely adore and play with lots, that are great for unsupervised play, please let me know. And I will share a bunch of links and everything in the description box down below. Videos to watch about great toys and where I got these ones off of Amazon. So I just wanted to share a couple of facts about how play is important for children. I got this from the epl.ca, the Edmonton Public Library website. And they say that play is how children learn about the world, themselves, and each other. It's as much a part of healthy development as eating vegetables, reading books together, and getting a good night's sleep. Even the United Nations lists play as one of the basic rights of every child. In the article, it says, why is play important? And then they break down a few different things. I'm just going to read the headlines of it, and I will link this article in the description box below. 1, play builds imagination and creativity. 2, play fosters cognitive growth. 3, play delivers emotional and behavioral benefits. 4, play improves literacy. 5, play encourages greater independence. And 6, play promotes physical fitness. I also wanted to add a little thing here that's talking about the difference between open-ended toys and close-ended toys. This is from pathways.org. Close-ended toys have a beginning and an end. They help kids learn to pay attention and work toward a goal. Puzzles, books, and any games with a goal are all close-ended toys. Open-ended toys can be played in different ways with no definite end. They help with pretend play and language development. Books, mirrors, and dolls are all open-ended toys. It is important for your child to experience both toy types and to have plenty of opportunities to play. So I just want to do a really quick wrap up of this video talking all about toys. Thank you for joining me on this spring cleaning, beginning of the year journey that I've been on. It is now officially summertime and the cleaning never stops. But I have talked about just overall cleaning your house in the one video. And then the video after this is about cleaning my basement reading cozy corner crafting area. And this video here talking about toddler toys. I started this video because I was literally having like a mental breakdown because toys are stressful, and having a toddler who just wants to be on technology all the time and on my lap can be very stressful. So I am on a journey this summer to get the kids off of technology more and playing more and learning to have an imagination again. This is not about eradicating technology or getting rid of all technology all summer long or anything like that, but just cutting it way back and spending more time playing with toys. My number one piece of advice is turn off the technology, take it away if you have to, and the kids will eventually start playing with toys. So I've already talked about toys a lot in this video and the importance of play. So let me know what your favorite toys are for your kids, what ages they are, and how do you balance screen time and play time. And I will see you next time with some more bookish videos. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.